of the tongue, teeth on the lips. Am I live? I don't have a fancy countdown or anything. Wow, it looks really bright on the stream. Let me turn that down a little bit. Can I turn that down a little bit? How's that look? Does that look a little better? Hello, hello. Can I make that a little smaller? And then that way I've got the chat beside me here. Can you hear me? Yes, there's a fly again. Okay. Okay, you can't hear me, turn it up. Can you hear me? Am I really quiet? Let me check the stream so I can hear what you guys hear. That way. Can you hear me? Yes, there's a fly again. You cranked your volume? Because on this end, it looks like it's clipping. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Let me just turn this up just a hair. Go up a little bit. How's that? Is that a little better? 1, 2, 3. Check, 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 check. Okay. The reason you might not be able to hear me as well is because I'm using a different microphone, so I don't have the settings just dialed in yet. If you are hearing a fly buzzing around, it's because there is. If you see that I'm in a garage, it's because I am. If you see lagging and such, it's probably because I'm in my garage. I've never tested live streaming from my garage. However, my modem is literally like through that wall right there. So it's actually closer. I'm closer to the modem in my garage than I am in my office. So hopefully it all works out. I want to kill this fly. I don't have a fly swatter out here, but I want to kill this fly. What can I kill the fly with? Are you going to get the fly? Can you get him? Can you get him? Eli's going to get the fly. Okay, so welcome to Third Rail Thursday. It's June. Did you guys know that? You're licking my elbow, sir. Why are you licking my elbow? It's June. It's ridiculous that it's June already. But that's cool, because that means that it's a new month, which means it's the first Thursday of the month, which means it's my turn to have Third Rail Thursday. If I'm looking awkwardly off to the side, it's because my laptop is usually directly in front of me. Now I have it off to one side. I'm just testing things out, and it's hot. Yes, it is. It's very hot. It's very hot, and I decided to live stream from my garage instead of from my lower basement, which is like a freezer. It's so cold down there. It's actually, like, I like it to be a little bit cooler. I mean, I love the summer, don't get me wrong, but I don't like sweating. So to me, I don't mind that the basement is a little chilly. I kind of like that. Growing up, my parents didn't have air conditioning, but we had a basement and we had a pool table in the basement. So on a really hot summer day, we would go and play a game of pool in the basement. Just because it was the coolest place in the house. But yeah, so Curly wants to know if the door is open. No, the door is closed because I'm live streaming to the world, not to my neighborhood. Anyway, let me go through the chat because you guys have been here for a while. I took a screenshot early to see who gets the cookie, who gets the gold star, because the chat has a way of erasing itself. So I gotta give props to M&M Rails for being the first one here and to make a funny pun about my thumbnail and all that fun stuff. But the chat kind of picks up again with Dwight. So we're going to say hello to Dwight. We got Wigwag here. Hello, Wigwag. M&M Rails, of course, as I said. We got Jason, the train freak. How's it going, Jason? If you guys missed on Tuesday, Jason got me into Wilmer's live. I forget, Wilmer's channel is something. What is Wilmer's channel again? I have a habit of remembering people's names, but not their channel names, and vice versa. So, what is Wilmer's? You guys already know him. Where is he? There. Indian Head Valley Railroad. You gotta check him out. He did a live on Tuesday, and he had a nice little surprise for Schuylkill River Valley Railroad. Again, John. I remember his name is John, but I don't remember his channel. It was his birthday, and we all pitched in and got him a fun little surprise. I did some N-scale cars for him, and that was a fun time. But if you want to check out that replay, you should definitely check that out. Who else is here? We got Roger in the chat. Hello, Roger. Lots of repeats, lots of repeats. There's Schuylkill River Valley. Hello, John. Welcome to the chat. Who else is here? Who else is here? It's the usual. We got James in the chat. Dundas Junction Model Railroad. Lots of repeats, I'll have to go back and read all of this again. Brian Ferguson, F40 Productions. What's up, guys? Steve 87, PSA, PSAP. Steve 87th PSAP is in the chat. Hello, Steve 87 PSAP. Kevin is here. Hello, Kevin. And I guess that's everyone. I think so. All right. Very, very cool. Chris will be here later on, I assume, because he has soccer practice, I think, on Thursdays now, which is why he starts his chat a little bit, or his live rather, a little bit later than everybody else. Let me know if you guys can still hear me and or see me. Jackie's here again. Oh, the P is silent. So it's just sa? It's a bad joke. Only Mark will get that. No, I can't say that. There's a lot of dads in the chat. Anyway, I have come to the garage for a specific reason, and that specific reason is because I'm building a shelf layout. If you guys missed my video from this morning, don't forget to check it out. It explains in excruciating detail what I'm up to here. Well, not excruciating, but it tells everybody what's going on. So basically, in a nutshell, I won't give it all away, but basically in a nutshell, I just moved and had to get rid of my old layout, and I am anticipating building a new layout, but I'm not there yet. I have a lot of things on my plate. I have 3 kids, I have a wife, I have a house that I'm renovating, I have a full-time job, I have a videography business on the side, and all kinds of fun stuff. I'm burning the candle in multiple places, not just on both ends, but I'm also holding a lighter underneath it and dousing it with a flamethrower. I don't even know. I'm doing a lot of things, but I enjoy making videos for you guys. I enjoy doing the live streams and doing trains in general. It's just a fun time. It's kind of like my escape, but I don't have the time or the resources yet to start my new layout that I've been talking about. So N-Scale Dystopia had a brilliant plan, and he said, just build a shelf layout for now. It'll give you something to do, and it'll keep you busy, keep you in the hobby. It'll give you a place to run trains, because right now all your trains are packed away. And it'll switch up your live streams a little bit, so it's not just graffiti all it. I think he's bored of my graffiti. I think that's what it is. No, I kid. But anyway, so I built these 2 modules. There's more to build, but for now we're gonna focus on these two modules. Yeah, and I'll explain more the rest of my build probably in another video, But for now, I wanted to get these two modules laid out in front of you and work on a bit of a track plan, because if you know me, I just wing it when it comes to, well, my live streams. When it comes to my graffiti plans, I just make it up as I go. And it's the same with track plans. I know there's a lot of people out there. I need a drink. It's hot. I know there's a lot of people out there that they plan with CAD drawings and AnyRail and all these different softwares, or they get out graph paper and they just plan and plan and plan and plan, and that's great. You do what you got to do. You be you. You do you, and make yourself a cool layout, however you want to do it. But for me, honestly, I just start laying track, and if I don't like it, I pull it back up again, and I just keep doing that until I have a layout that I like. Sorry if like swallowing is really loud in this microphone. I've never tested that before, but let me just, can I cover? Yeah. Hi, dog. He loves being out here. This is our hangout time. Give me all the attention. He doesn't have a camera on him today, but he can just poke his head over the table. Beef jerky playing games. There's a name. How's it going, man? Welcome to the chat. And Bubs is here. Hello, Bubs. I'm gonna get this fly. Guys, I'm gonna get this fly. If it's the last thing I do. Anyway, let's have a look at this layout. So the layout is 7 feet by 16 inches. And I probably won't be able to get the whole thing in one shot. I mean, my table's not even long enough, so I don't know how this is gonna work. It already has a home in my office. It's obviously not there yet, but it will be. Let me move this out of the way. And again, I haven't even finished cleaning my garage yet, so I barely have enough space to build this, but I'm chomping at the bit to get this thing moving. Okay, so what I want to do is flip these over. It's literally just a plywood box. I might add supports in the middle as time goes by, but for now I just did this because I wanted to get the basic structure done. And yeah. Yes, there's a bubblegum machine. Mark, because you were first in the chat, you win a bubblegum. So feel free to have one. I'll send it to you in the mail. Okay, there we go. So I want to do this, and I'm going to clamp it. And Mark, I'm not even going to let you pick the color. I was going to let you pick the color, but now I'm just going to get one. I'm going to get one out, and the first one that comes out is yours, and I'm just going to mail it to you. All right. I want to line these up. There we go. The sign that says lap times. Have you guys ever watched Top Gear? You guys know when they have a star in the reasonably priced car? I have a steering wheel for my PlayStation, and I used to have, like, whenever my friends and family came over, I would get them to do a lap on Gran Turismo, and I would time them. Well, the game would time them, and then I'd put them up on the board. I haven't done that in years, so it's just remained how it is, and I just have it on the wall because it's fun. All right, so I'm doing a single cam operation tonight because it's easy. So I've just clamped them together, and I'm gonna put everything together with threaded inserts. Why? Because they make it like that. And I want to be able to bolt this thing together over and over and over again. If I decide, basically I want it so that if I decide to take it to a show, I can just take it off the wall, unbolt the modules, stick it in my car, go to the show, bolt it back together, stick it on the table. Done. Kevin says the real question is who is at the top of the leaderboard. Well, you see, it is Kevin actually, and then less than a second behind Kevin is me. That's usually how it goes with the two of us. Okay, Eli. Okay. I know. All right. Never done work with power tools live before. That's fun. Yeah. Straight through. Excellent. Very good. I got some tear away, but I'm not worried about that. I'll clean it all up later. Roger wants to know what kind of dog. Eli, come here. Here, introduce yourself. Come, sit. Say hello. Look right here. There you go. Who are you? He's being quiet today. Oh well. He is a golden doodle. He'll be 6 this year. This month, actually, he'll be 6. He's super awesome. He's the best dog I got. Yes, he's the only dog I have, but that's beside the point. All right, so threaded inserts are the greatest thing in the world. I don't know if you knew that, but they are. I don't know if you've, raise your hand if you've used threaded inserts before. They're literally just these guys. I buy them from Amazon. They come in a set of a bajillion, and they come with an Allen key to put them in and a drill bit to drill the hole, and you get the right size, and they are 1/4 the ones that I buy. I use 1/4 bolts for everything. The great thing about 1/4 bolts is that that's the same thread as camera gear. So it's awesome if you want to rig up a camera somewhere. You just stick a bolt somewhere and then you can screw a camera onto it. And Robert is your mother's brother. So this entire layout, I plan on having it go together with threaded inserts. Because it's just easier that way. I don't have to fuss with anything. Screwing and unscrewing things, if I decide to go to a show, it just goes together. I'm going to give this whole thing a good sanding afterwards. I just don't want to run a sander on a live stream. Nobody needs to hear that. I just want to get this thing bolted together so I can put together a bit of a track plan. If you remember, I did a video a while back about my new layout that is somewhat under construction, but not really. Not this one, my other new layout, my other brother Earl. I mapped everything out with masking tape because the masking tape that I had was the exact same width as N scale track. And that worked out really well. So I'm going to do that again just because I don't want to keep laying track and pulling it back up and laying track and pulling it back up. Plus, I haven't had a chance to surgically try and fix all the turnouts from my old layout yet. And that's what I'm hoping to use for this layout. Because I'm not trying to spend all kinds of money on this. I, so far, have spent $0 on this layout. This is plywood that was lying around. This is threaded inserts that I already purchased for other projects. This is track that I already had. And hopefully the turnouts from my old layout. And if all goes according to plan, everything will go together very smooth. I already have some scenery materials. One purchase I do want to make is a static grass applicator because I've never done that before and I really want to. I think it would be a lot of fun. Now the real question is, can I find a 7/16 wrench? All my tools are, all my tools are all over the place ever since the move. So I don't know if I'll be able to find the wrench that I'm looking for. But we'll see. If anything, I'll just clamp this thing together and we'll carry on with our day. So now it just bolts together. I don't need to worry about nuts on the other side and all of that. I just screw it together and away we go. Kevin, if you want to try static grass, I'll just have to come visit you when I get my static grass applicator. I mean, you're more than welcome to buy your own, but yeah. Okay, can I find a wrench? Drum roll, please. Haha, 7/16. There we go. Get this nice and tight so that when I flip it over, because that's the other thing, like when it's on the wall and bolted together, it's not going to be terrible, right? But when it's whatchamacallit, when it's being moved around, all of that stress is going to be on these 3 bolts. So I just want to make sure I'm not doing anything crazy. That should hold. If it doesn't, well then it'll be an entertaining live stream, won't it? Oh yeah, there she goes. Now when I actually like install this, I'll make sure that this is like, it's a bit proud here. But yeah. And the thing too, I've always been intimidated by static grass, but it's actually not as expensive as I thought. I always thought that the machine to do static grass was like crazy money, but it's really not. What is it, like 30 bucks, 40 bucks? I could be wrong, but I'm definitely going to try it out. I'm going to do a video about it. My first experiences with static grass will be with you guys. All right. Well, that's all I had for today. No, I'm kidding. Okay. So, I do have track with me, but I'm not going to start laying track tonight, I don't think. I say that, but I might. Well, I don't have any turnouts, and this is going to be a switching layout. So if I don't have turnouts, why am I? I'm not going to start laying track. And this might be controversial, but I don't use cork. Changed my mind. Okay, so yeah, this is end scale track, and this is my tape. It's the exact same thickness. Look at that. Exactly the same. It's the same as the ties. So it's not the same as the rails themselves, but I mean, it's close enough, right? It gives you the idea of what the layout is going to look like. And I have a bit of a sketch that I want to follow. Sorry, just 1 second. Duty calls. Talk amongst yourselves. What's going on in the chat, guys? What are you guys doing? That fly, man, it's still buzzing around. Every time I forget about it, it buzzes past my face. Cato track. Nope, not gonna happen. Next question. I am a flex track guy who can't speak English apparently. Yeah, I don't know. I've always loved the freedom of flex track, and so that's kind of my thing. Okay, so this is my overall plan. Can I zoom this out? You still can't see the whole thing in the shot, but that's okay. My overall plan, how far does it go this way? Okay, you can see to there. So you're missing like 16 inches of length this way, but you can see all the way to the end here. So my goal, if I'm looking at it from the front, I don't want to pretend like I'm looking at it from the back so that you guys can see it that way. I want to have a raised section that has buildings and roads and such on it. And then the front, like 12 inches or so. Okay, so the front 10 inches pretty much is going to be, between 10 and 12 inches is going to be where the trains are, and then there's going to be a retaining wall. Why? Because graffiti. That's why. I want to have a bit of a raised... Tim is getting sketchy. No, I'm not getting sketchy. I'm sketching. Yeah, so I want to have a bit of a raised platform with some buildings and such on it. And then below that will be where the trains are. Yeah. So, let me find my drawing. What I had originally done, I mean, I can branch out from this, no pun intended. Let me just draw out what I had in mind, and then we'll go from there. So I had this guy here, pretty much coming straight by, like this. So normally you guys get to see me draw with markers and such, and tonight you get to see me draw with tape. So that's fun. Oh, you know what? Yep, you're right, Heath. I'm getting wrapped up in tape. This one here comes from about here. I'm just winging it, guys. This one here goes like this. Goes across parallel. And ties into there. And I have a crossover here, but I don't want to have a crossover in my seam from the... That's another thing. If you have a seam in your layout where you're going to have a module like split, you don't want to put turnouts there. Been there, done that. So that's going to be a crossover there. Yeah, that one comes down like that, and then I'm going to have this one go up from here, which you guys can't see yet. I mean, pardon the mess in my garage too, by the way. I'm still unpacking. Yeah, so this one comes up like this, across, and then I'll have it go kind of around a bend like this, and then into a tunnel face in the retaining wall. That's my goal. That's what I'm thinking. So this is kind of like the main, well, it'd be a spur line coming across here and like this, and this would be the exit or the entrance to exit kind of a deal. And then this is like a bit of a runaround track here, and then off of here I'd have it come down from back here. Got to make it interesting, right? From back here down and across into an industry over here. That's what I'm thinking. And this one here, that kind of branches down this way, I would have going into an industry over here. Probably I like it at the angle like that. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? No, Heath, this is just going to be a point-to-point, like, just a quick little branch line switching section. No continuous running here. I'm still going to build my original layout that I was talking about, and that will have continuous running. It will have less switching and more continuous running. Do I have all of these turnouts? I hope so. I still haven't cleaned my turnouts from my old layout yet. They still have kind of, ballast and stuff like that, and they're packed away somewhere. I have to find them. I definitely have the track. I have this much track. That's what we're dealing with track wise. Yeah. Some of it is like leftover odds and ends from my old layout. Some of it is brand new that it's never been out of the box. And I will still have enough to do my other new layout as well. So that's kind of nice. So yeah, what do you guys think? Yeah, as Dwight said, I'm not spending any money. I'm hoping not to anyway. So far, I've spent $0, which is awesome. I might spend a bit of money here and there. It's part of it. If you have the turnouts, go for it. You might just need to change some things based on turnouts you have. No, I definitely have a good amount of turnouts of varying directions and sizes and all of that fun stuff. But yeah, I just want to know, like, I'm trying to think if it's too simple, but I also don't want to overcrowd it with, I don't want to overcrowd it with track, if you know what I mean. Like, I've done that before. I would split the line right in front. This one here, like split it into 2 tracks and have 2 tracks going into the industry, like a team track, and then, yeah, that could work. I'm trying to think of how I could fit a building here. Maybe if I shift this stuff over. And then I could fit something small in here and have the main line running behind that industry. I need somewhere to put the cars I pull out. You are correct. Yeah, I don't want to necessarily pull them back out this way, especially if I have my train parked along here. I mean, if I treat this as a spur line, I don't necessarily have to worry about parking it on here. The way I see it is like, this is coming off, like a branch line off of the main line to come to whichever industries I have here, and then it would go back out to the main line off of the layout. That's kind of my thought. But yeah, I do agree. Yes, split rock. Every layout needs a runaround. I've come across that too many times where it's like, oh, yeah, I need a runaround, but I don't want to use my entire main line as a runaround. I've done that before. I'm like going all the way around the layout just to get to the other side of a car, which is not realistic at all. Yeah, so that's what I'm also thinking. Eli, do you want the tape? Here, have the tape. There. He didn't like that very much. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Let's move this over. I mean, this is kind of nice scenery-wise. Relax. Okay, so I'm going to move this over just a hair. I'll have it curve up this way a little bit. And then this one can follow it parallel. Anyway, you get the idea. So that moves that over. And then I can have this one like this. There. Sorry, I'm just, what is Eminem here? Grab a sanding block and pretend it's a train. Let's do some fake ops. Oh, I had a train car out here, but I brought it inside. I have Hot Wheels. What can we do here? What can we do? Let's see here. All right, we got a Volkswagen. This is turning into quite the live stream. We got ourselves a train. Got Richard Petty. Got a pickup truck. And we got, this is a Model A, isn't it? We got a Model A. There we go. All right. Steve says, less is more. Just a team track would work and lots of different loads. I agree. I like that I have options here. Am I going S scale? Turn the truck around. No, some cars face the other way. Why do I have to turn the truck? It's a train car. Train cars can go the other way, you know? Yeah. Okay, so I like that. What is this? This is a track nail, I think. It's bent. Anyway, I like this. I don't know if maybe this is too simple on this end, but let me turn it to you guys and see what you guys think. Can you see the whole thing? No. I'd have to move the camera back, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to unveil too much. I don't want to unveil too much of my messy garage. Eli heard my wife come home, and now he's staring at the garage door, wagging his tail. She went inside, pup. She went inside. All right. So anyway, this is. Oh, it's backwards on my monitor. That's what's messing me up. I'm gonna use DCC. I don't even know the first thing about switching with DC, and it's gonna be just too much wiring for a portable layout that I may want the option to take to shows, so I am not gonna do that. Where'd my drink go? Oh, there it is. This might be too tight of a radius. Maybe. I don't know. Could be fine. I just like the idea of it going into a tunnel. I guess what I could do is I could branch it back from a little farther back. I like the idea of having a tunnel at one end. Lots of graffiti can go on a bridge abutment. Yeah, so I'm gonna have this branch from back here instead. Just kind of go gradually. And it doesn't even have to be like 90 degrees to the wall. It can go in at a bit of an angle, but I think that's a little more gradual. I like that more. Maybe I'll put something this way. I don't know. I'm just making it up. Mike, I didn't doubt you. I know you said that Vegas was going to the final. I just thought it was going to be at least Leafs and Vegas, or Leafs and Oilers. I don't know why. I mean, every year everyone says, every Toronto fan says, oh, it's going to be the Leafs year this year. But this year I honestly felt like they were doing fantastic. I don't know what the deal was with Florida this year. They are something else. They beat Boston, who's the top team. They beat the Leafs, who was the second seed in the East. And then they swept Carolina like Carolina didn't even exist. And I don't know where Carolina was, but I know they weren't the 8th seed. Are you kidding me? The switchback makes it more of a puzzle and less prototypical. Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying. But maybe I like puzzles. This can be an industry. I like having this here. I'm gonna have a building here, obviously. I may even have it where it's kind of L-shaped. We'll see. And then obviously, like I said, I'm gonna have buildings all along here on a retaining wall. I may also put a highway overpass coming out at maybe at an angle somewhere. I'm not sure yet. And yeah, another industry down here. I'm not sold on this one yet. We'll see. But I don't like this vacant space. I want to have something here. Kevin says the more branches you add, the more it looks like my work. Yeah, you're right, because we like to just cram them in. It's fun. I don't know. I might have a little something here. It could be that the building is here. You know, sometimes people forget. Sometimes people forget that the layout, like the world continues back this way. So there could be an industry here hovering in midair. We don't know. We don't know. And I guess in the real world they might just branch this way, but maybe it makes more sense to just have the one turnout coming this way. I don't know. I'm not sad about it. Are you sad about it? Negative space is good. Yeah. You're right. John wants to know if I'm going to the Brighton show on June 10th. I am not. I don't plan on hitting any shows until... Sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable. This stool is not comfortable. I don't have any shows planned until the fall. Something about going to a train show in the summertime just doesn't sound appealing to me. I don't mind doing trains. Trains are fun, but going to a train show on a weekend of the summertime, it's not that exciting to me. I apologize for that if I offended anyone, but sorry. Yeah, so put a platform at the end of the track for unloading flat cars, tractors, or machinery. Like on this one you're talking? That's possible, but I'm aiming more towards a city layout. Do they have that kind of stuff in the city? What would they unload? What kind of flat cars would they unload here? See, my thing is I don't necessarily want to model anything specifically. But I want to model something similar to like the old part of Toronto where they still have all the tracks and stuff. I don't know. I don't know anything about prototypical. I model what I like to see, and I don't run mix-matched eras of rolling stock. That's my main pet peeve. I don't necessarily like to run like walkway box cars with auto racks. It doesn't sit well with me. But other than that, I just make it up as I go. I don't know about spur lines and branch lines and team tracks and stuff like that. You could unload buses and construction supplies. Okay. Chris says he likes the Hot Wheels. Why, thank you, Chris. Welcome, Chris. And Kevin's going to go to Brighton on a motorcycle. Very cool. A part of me thought when I was doing this, I thought it would be cool to do just one great big long intermodal yard. But then there's not a lot of switching in an intermodal yard this size, right? It would literally just be a diorama of a bunch of intermodal trains and some gantry cranes and forklifts and stuff. Chris wants to know, foam or no foam? Also, cork roadbed or no roadbed? I haven't decided if I'm going to put a layer of foam on this yet to like be able to carve down. I might. We'll have to see. There's not going to be cork or foam roadbed. I am just doing track on plywood because that's my style. That's my style. But yeah, I mean, we can visualize a little bit. We can see what things are going to start to look like. We've got some track here. This is starting to look like something. Look at that. Just like that, we got a layout. Can have a track there. Have another track there. This guy can go up here like this. Boom. Looking like something. All right, Mark, I'll turn the truck around. There you go. Eli, come. I got you, Mark. I got you. Oh, man. Fun times. Fun times. All right, I'll switch the car around, and I won't switch any other cars around, okay? There. I didn't switch any of the existing cars around, but I fixed this one, right? That'll work. There you go. Inner city industries. Yeah, I mean, kinda. I'm making it up as I go. I'm making it up as I go, Thomas. I'm just gonna make stuff. And it'll be fun. I'll probably have a building here. I'll have some buildings along here. Maybe I'll put a building here. I don't know. Maybe another building down there. Maybe I'll just put a shed here. Just right here. Just a shed. It's out of focus? Don't say that. There we go. Now it's in focus. There. Don't leave. I need you. Who would I be if Mark wasn't in the chat? But yeah, so I think that's kind of what I'm looking at. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't take long to just kind of lay something out and have a look at it and see. Does anyone have any questions or suggestions or anything like that? They market like that. That could be a marketing company. That's funny. I wish I had my turnouts so I could at least try and clean some of them on this stream. But I don't know where I put them. I don't know where I put them. Otherwise, I could try and clean some. Let me actually just check. Let me check real quick if I have them in a... No, that box is buried. Never mind. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I thought I could check, but the box is buried by 3 sets of tires and a ladder. How about you move the cars around? I'm not HO, Chris. Think about it, Chris. This is 7 feet by 16 inches. Well, there's that lawnmower again. Okay, so last night, 2 nights ago, I filmed the video that I posted this morning. And it was about 9 o'clock when I sat down to film and someone fired up their lawnmower. And they didn't, it didn't sound like they were cutting the grass. They just, spurts like that. And it really was annoying. I know it didn't really come through on the microphone. There it is again. Can you hear that? No, I guess not. But yeah, it was really frustrating because I'm like, who cuts their grass at 9 o'clock at night? It's not even daylight anymore, is it? But anyway, Chris, what I was saying, if this were HO scale, it would be like this, shrinking this layout down to 3.5 feet by 8 inches. So it'd be one of these by half of these. That's not a lot of space. So yeah, and I mean, obviously, like I said a couple of times, I am not switching scales. Or sorry, I'm not spending any money on this, virtually. I have great neighbors, Roger. I really do. I'm so happy with the neighbors that we have. I just hope that they don't ever move. Because then I don't know who's coming in. I almost need a time saver. What's a time saver, Thomas? Enlighten me. What is a time saver? I was thinking of putting a barge, because then I could just swap out the barge and just have cars leave the layout that way, and then different cars would come on the layout. But I don't know. I'm thinking I might do some kind of a card system and just kind of shuffle the deck and then find 12 random cars and bring them in here and switch 5 of them. You know, that would just be a fun time, having to shuffle things around. Because if I have a train here, okay, Chris, or sorry, Mark, you get your way. If I have a train here, I'd have to, here's my train. I don't know why I have so many random Hot Wheels just right here on my workbench, but I do, because I'm me. But if this is my train, right? And I want to get something in here. Let's get this Ferrari. So this Ferrari's over here, and I want to get him. I need a locomotive. Which one's going to be my locomotive? I guess this Mustang is my locomotive. This will be my switcher. I'm thinking of having like I have a GP38 that I'll probably leave in here. So I will have that in here somewhere. And what car should I switch with the Ferrari? Call it out. Just pick one. Just pick one. I'm going to say the GTO. The blue one? Which one? This one? This is my locomotive. This one? This one? This one? Richard Petty? I was about to say the GTO, which you guys can't even see. Okay, how am I going to do this? That's another thing I got to work out is I got to work out camera angles so that you guys can see this whole thing. Okay, the purple one. This one here. Okay, so we're going to switch the 59 Impala with the Ferrari. This is the weirdest switching session I've ever done. And Eli is staring at the fly. You get him. Okay, so we're switching this guy. Just so you guys know, I'm going to put a little flag on him. We're switching this one with the Ferrari. Bet you guys didn't know we were going to switch Hot Wheels. Okay, so what I'm thinking, if this is my GP38, I'm going to need to get into here somehow. So with this being a main line, I can go that way, but I can't infinitely go that way. So what I can do is I can push this whole thing back. I'm not going to do the whole row of cars. Kevin is laughing. I'm not going to do the whole row of cars, but I can pull this back. Okay, first we need to determine which side the locomotive is on. I always envisioned it coming left to right like a book, so the locomotive would be on this end. So what I'm thinking is everything will push back this way. I'm not going to do it, but everything would push back this way, and then I can split the train here and bring it all back so that my 65 Mustang can come in here and grab this and pull it down, right? So that works. He can come over here. That's actually pretty simple. I could push it back in here, grab the Ferrari, pull it out, put the Ferrari there, bring it back. There we go, and we're done. This is not prototypical speeds by any stretch. Bring it on into here, stick it on there, grab the rest of the train. Done. Okay. Why is this my Thursday night? Okay. I need another scenario. Okay. What do we have here? We got this guy. This is a cool car. I forgot I had this. This is a 68 Oldsmobile. This one's for you, Kev. He's gonna go down here. That's my 68 Oldsmobile down there. Alright. Okay, so he's down there on that little track over there. Who should I switch? Who should I switch with? Am I gonna have that many cars on there? Sure, why not? I don't see why not. I like long trains. I might not have that many cars on there so that I can actually run from one side to the other. Maybe I'll do like 8 or 10 cars. But we'll see. I mean, a N-scale car is roughly about the size that these cars are taking up. And this is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12. That's 12 cars. So even if I just did 10, that'd be that. Which you guys can't even see what I just took off. Oh, this is so confusing being backwards on my monitor. Okay. What are you saying? This is the best Hot Wheels switching session I've ever seen. Well, I'm glad. Okay, Thomas says swap the I'm assuming this you're saying swap the Volkswagen Bug and the El Camino for that car. Okay. There's no El Camino. Are you talking about this truck? This is like one of those weird dually. It's a C3500 Chevy pickup. But yeah, I get what you're saying. All right, John. Next time it might be trains and not Hot Wheels. Okay, so is this the one you're talking about? Swap out the VW Bug and the green truck. You're saying truck in air quotes. Look at it. It's a truck. It's a Chevy. Okay, it's not going to zoom in on me. It's not going to focus. It is a Chevy dually 3500 pickup that's been lowered and weirdly weird. I don't know. It's a Hot Wheels. I've had it for 20 years. Okay, so the truck and the Bug. We're going to swap the truck and the Bug. Let's take this flag off. Truck and the Bug. And they are going to go, did you say over here where the 68 Olds is? Okay. think that's what you're saying. Hello, Mike. Welcome to this crazy bunch of shenanigans. So we're going to put that there. Okay. So here's what we have to do. Richard Petty's in the way. But that's all right. All right. Here's what we got to do. The problem with doing this is that they don't link together. So I have to like grab them. Okay. How are we going to do this? I would say the easiest way would be to pull all of this forward. Pull it all forward. It's got to pull forward past this turnout. There we go. Past the turnout. Tape them together. No, I'm not going to tape them together. And then the 68 Oldsmobile can come along and grab this one, stuff it over there, and it can... Okay. Now, the next question is, when you guys do switching, this is serious, okay? This is a controversial topic. When you do switching, do you also switch with your mainline locomotive? Like, for example, how long is the bench work? The bench work is 7 feet. So, for example, I could have pulled all 3 of these cars out and then dealt with Richard Petty later. But I was also thinking that I can use the locomotive that's imaginary on this end, push the cars back, and dump Richard Petty over here. You know? Dump him over here. And then I can come back in and grab the bug. Or do you treat it like this guy's taking lunch and he's not moving, and I got to figure it out for myself with my GP38 65 Mustang? Kevin says yes. What are you saying yes to? Are you saying yes to the mainline helping, or are you saying yes to mainline taking lunch? That's what I want to know, because that changes things drastically. Use the mainline loco to help when needed. That's what I thought. That's how I've done things, because I usually have my 400 throttle, which has my mainline on one side and my switcher on the other side, and I'm good to go. Is the road engine to my right end? This is my road engine. I don't have, like, I'm just using all these as cars right now, but my locomotive is on this end. That's how I'm viewing this right now. Is it CN or CPKC or CN all the way, CN. Okay, so if that's the case, everything would push back. I'm not going to push them all back because it's annoying. Everything would push back. Richard Petty would end up over here. Then I can grab the Volkswagen, bring it back, and I can come in here, latch onto here, come back, get the Oldsmobile, bring everything back along here, and bloop, there's the Oldsmobile. Bring this back, dump these guys down here. It's like a hump yard. Yes, I have 2 locomotives in this scenario. That guy comes back, and then these guys would all back up to hook back onto here. So that's how I was viewing that. Yeah, so that's pretty straightforward. I guess the beauty of this is that you can push stuff back this way and grab it for this industry. You can push stuff this way and grab it for this industry. I don't really see any scenario where I would need to actually run around. It's okay, pup. Come here. Okay. I think he smells other dogs walking by outside and wants to go and see them. Yeah, I'm not going to go too much longer, to be honest, because, I mean, without doing graffiti and without actually laying any track, I'm kind of just planning right now. Then let the local crew spot the loads, put the empties, and leave the pickup on the spur for the road train to grab. I see what you're saying. So you would just have the... It's okay. There's people walking down the street. Relax. You'd have the train come in and just dump what it needs to dump onto this line. And then have your locomotive come in and grab it all and leave it all on this track again for the next train to come through. That could work too. So yeah, it gives you options, really. Yeah, and I mean, I actually saw Jimmy from DIY and Digital put out a short today where he was kind of rehashing his video that had the dice that made all his decisions. I think he used like Dungeons and Dragons dice or something like that, like a 10-sided die or whatever. And he used that to figure out all his different scenarios and situations and all that fun stuff. And that was kind of cool too. So you could decide at the beginning whether or not you were going to leave the cars and run, or if you were going to just park on the main line and wait. I mean, it's not the main line. The way I see it is it's more like a spur line. The main line is off somewhere on the other side of the wall. It doesn't exist. This is honestly, like, it's funny because I never thought I would build something like this. I never thought I would have just a switching module, basically. But I really just wanted to have something I could run, something I could look at, something I could work on, just for fun, you know, until I get to a point where I can actually have my new layout that I've been planning. The difficult part is your layout is not long enough for the road train to move off the runaround, so you're blocking it from spotting half the area. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I mean, if my runaround is here, I could fit maybe 8 or 10 cars there. I don't know. We'll have to see. Or I could make my runaround smaller. That's also a possibility. I could put my turnouts back here. And then I only need to run around like 1 or 2 cars instead of... Because I don't need to run around like 6 cars. Kevin says we'll get around all the way around the office eventually. It's possible. It's possible. The thing about it is I'm actually going to be putting it relatively high off the ground. I'm going 54 inches off the ground, which is quite a lot. It's more than I anticipated going, but with the way everything is working in the space that I have, I want it relatively high. It's going to be 54 inches is up here. So yeah, it's not going to be eye level, but it's going to be chest level for sure. So I could very easily go around. We'll see. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll see what happens. But I like the idea that this is just modular, you know? It can just come out and go to a show and be its own standalone unit if I wanted it to. Mark says that's high. Well, Mark, you're like 7'2", so I don't know what you're complaining about. you're probably going to have to duck to see it. The reason I want it so high is because if you remember those metal shelves that I have in the background of all my other videos, I want those to fit underneath of this. That way I can still have those shelves. I don't have to get rid of them or change them or anything, because I use those shelves now for storage of like the commissioned cars that people send me. It's my way of sorting what's done, what needs to be done, that kind of thing. Eli, you're getting antsy, bud. We're gonna have to end this soon so I can take you for a walk. But yeah, that's kind of my plan. I want them to go underneath, and it's possible that I would branch off and go around. I don't think I would go 16 inches all the way around, but I might just go down to like 1 or 2 tracks and go around to the other side and do something over there. I don't know. We'll see. But let's just focus on this for now. Let's just focus on this. Maybe next time you guys see it, it won't be Hot Wheels. It'll actually be some track and some actual running, so we can have some fun. And then it'll actually be call out a car, and I'll switch it. You guys can watch it happen, and we'll call out another car and just try and stump me. We'll see what we can do. I think it'll be fun. The thing that I like about this whole plan is that it just gives me something that I can showcase what I do besides graffiti. Also, obviously, the graffiti. I'm definitely going to be doing graffiti on this. That's why there's going to be a retaining wall. That's why I'm doing city instead of rolling hills. How am I going to do graffiti and run trains? I'm not. I'm going to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yeah, just I want to shake things up. I want to show you guys how I do my rocks. I want to show you guys how I do my trees. All of this stuff that I know how to do and have been wanting to show you, but haven't had an application to show you yet. So here we are. We're going to do that. Sorry, I'm reading the chat at the same time as I'm talking to you guys. Come here. You're getting antsy. I know. We're ending it at 9:30. How's that sound? I mean, I could just end it now, but yeah, let me guys know. Let me guys know. Let me know if you guys have any other questions or concerns or suggestions. I might just do like a panorama shot of this track plan so that you guys can really look it over and see what you guys think. Good to have a plan. I never have a plan. I never have a plan, Mike. This is the most I've planned ever when it comes to train stuff. I got the mosquito, but I didn't get the fly. He will switch during the day and do graffiti at night because they make it like that. Yes, you are correct. You guys are talking about a barbecue, September 3rd, Smith Falls Barbecue Rail Fanning. I'm going to plug it. It sounds like you guys have something going on. Yeah. If anyone is in Smith Falls on September 3rd, go have a barbecue and watch some trains go by. Or go have a train and watch some barbecues go by. Whatever. You do you. Yeah. That's all I gotta say. Are you running bus line and feeders? Yes, I am. Here's my bus right here. Household electrical wire. That's my bus. And my feeder is somewhere over there. I got all my feeders ready to go. I just need to get my turnouts cleaned up, and that way I know where I stand. Because if I have to buy turnouts, how many do I need? I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 turnouts. I mean, it's not terrible, but turnouts these days are like $700 a piece. So that's math. That's a lot of turnouts. That's a lot of dollars. Okay, my dog is going nuts. I gotta end this, guys. He is really looking like he wants to go outside. I guess that's part of the fun, right? You never know when your stream is going to end because you never know when your dog wants to go outside. But I hope you guys had fun. I know it's a shorter one for me, and I'm not doing any graffiti and all that stuff, but it is what it is. We had some fun. We had some laughs. We switched some Hot Wheels. I guess you guys never thought that was going to happen. Mike really wants me to be there. Well, we'll have to see, okay? We'll just have to see, because Smith Falls is far away from me, so we'll have to see. Mark says, great show, and I mean that. So all those other times you didn't mean it when you said I did a good job? You just were talking nonsense? I don't know. Kevin had fun. That's good. Kevin, you should come and run Hot Wheels with me. And I don't mean like race them or anything. I mean train operations with Hot Wheels. It's a new thing. Guys, try it. It's fun. Just get some, don't even lay track, okay? Just lay out masking tape and get a bunch of Hot Wheels and then just plan it out. And if you don't like it, maybe just map out a different thing. This is the new way, okay, guys? This is the new way of mapping out switching sections. This is a new way. You don't need to lay track. You don't need to subscribe to any railroad planning software. Here's what you need to do. You need to get some masking tape, and you need to get some Hot Wheels, and you just need to give her, bud. Mark, you say that like they're his. No. These are my Hot Wheels. Okay? These are my Hot Wheels. His are upstairs. Well, some are upstairs, some are in the basement. My Hot Wheels are these ones, and I have a bunch in my office. They're not his. He has his, I have mine. I still play with toys, guys. It's all good. I still have Hot Wheels. I still have trains. Yeah, it's a fun time. Anyway. Why are my cars on the table? Yeah, especially because I'm like, guys, keep your toys off the table. And here I am with all my Hot Wheels. Yes, I have garage cars and I have office cars. I still don't know where, because remember at my old house, I had the wall of Hot Wheels. And as you can see, this is part of that wall here. I'm going to have a bit of a, I don't know what I'm going to put on this wall yet, but I don't want to just litter it with Hot Wheels. But I haven't decided where I'm going to put my Hot Wheels collection yet. I am, because this is going to be a shelf, so I am going to have shelves above it where I'm going to have some cars on display, but it won't be enough room for all my cars. So I don't know. I might have to do some display cases out here or something. We'll see. I don't have enough wall for the amount of Hot Wheels I have. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, I'm going to end it, guys. Oh, what do I have here? Okay. I'm going to end it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for the input. As I said, I don't know if I'm going to keep this track here or not. I haven't decided yet. It's all up in the air. We'll see what happens. I am happy with how things are looking so far. I might make a few tweaks. I might make a few changes. I might just completely do it all over again. I don't know. But for now, I'm quite happy that I was able to visualize how things are going to look, because I had a sketch of what I wanted and I had the dimensions of the layout, but I didn't actually have a way of, like, in my mind, I couldn't figure it all out right in front of me. But this is cool. This was fun. I had some laughs. You guys had some laughs. And I think we're making progress. So maybe next time I'll do some graffiti instead of doing train layout stuff, but I also do plan on having another video on the completion of this soon. So that'll be fun too. And yeah, until next time, they make it like that. Thanks, Mike. It's all good. You can watch the replay. Good night, guys.